What's going on, guys? This is Vince with vshred.com, and in today's video I'm going to give you 3 of the best ways to curb your appetite so that you stop overeating. Alright, like I said in today's video, I'm just going to give you a couple of quick tips that are going to help you so that you're not overeating on your meal plan, because if you've ever dieted or you're dieting right now, I think you know firsthand that when trying to lose weight or burn fat, the biggest obstacle to overcome is food. Because it's very easy to eat too much. It's very easy to get hungry. And when you have eaten what you're supposed to eat, you find yourself still hungry, and so you eat something else. And then that leads into binging into other things. Or maybe you eat only what you're supposed to eat for your meal, but then in between meals, you're snacking a bunch. And so hopefully these 3 tips that I'm going to give you will help you overcome that so that you're not overeating and you can lose weight faster. I will say before I get into these, if you're not even sure what you should be eating and you don't know what your macros are, I do have a free body type quiz that tells you everything that you need to know about your diet, the type of diet that's best for your goals, whether that's flexible dieting or carb cycling or whatever it might be, or if you just want to figure out your macros, my body type quiz also has a free macro calculator, and at the end of the quiz, it'll spit out the macros exactly what you should be taking based off of your height, your weight, your gender, your activity level, and your goal. So if you want to check those out, hit that link right below this video, take the quiz, watch the video at the end, and that's all you got to do. But jumping into this should be a pretty quick video. The first tip, and this one is what has probably helped me the most, is get busy. Do something that will take your mind off of food. I was reading over a study not that long ago showing that people tend to overeat when they're eating in front of a TV. Why? Because it's just like subconscious eating almost. You're kind of focused on something else and you're just bored and you eat. And you don't even realize, but your hand keeps going down for more and more food, and you go to the snack pantry and you grab some chips and you're snacking and you're overeating. Whereas if you were busy working on something, if you were outside working on the lawn, or I don't know, gardening or something, or maybe you were taking the dog for a walk, or you were, I don't know, cleaning up around the house or doing some laundry or working on your computer, whatever it is, if you were busy and your mind was completely fixated on another task, you are so much more likely to just not to grab for a bag of chips or to think about food and maybe go order something from Postmates or Grubhub or whatever the food ordering app that is around you is, and just not eating. Also, there was a study showing that hunger comes in waves, and the hunger hormone that this is happening is not just like your body saying, oh, I'm hungry, which it kind of actually is, but it's this hunger hormone called ghrelin, and ghrelin comes in waves based off of, it's actually shown to be off of your body's memory, because your body is used to eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the 3 main meals. That's what our parents told us to do. It's how our parents fed us as children. It's how we ate in school. It's just how we've eaten all our lives, and our bodies have adapted to that. And so because of that, your bodies have these waves where they get hungriest in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening. So if you can take those times and you can start to focus on other things, you're going to basically avoid these hunger feelings. Just avoid them for 30 minutes or an hour, get past them, and then you will find yourself, you'll just find it to be much easier to say no to foods, because you're not going to be as hungry because this hunger wave has surpassed you a little bit. So tip number 1 is to just get busy, find a distraction, do something else that's going to get your mind off eating. Tip number 2 is going to be eat more fiber and eat more low-calorie dense foods. Now, I think one of the biggest issues when people want to lose weight but can't lose weight is the types of foods that they're eating, because they eat all these foods that they think are healthy. When, let's say, they're going and they're getting some protein bars from the gas station and they're eating, I think one of my favorite ones to call out is Detour, and because yes, it's a protein bar, but if you look at the sugar content of it, there's like 38 grams of sugar in it. You want to be aware of how dense the calories are in the foods that you're eating, and this comes down to pretty much any type of food. And so also what you want to look at is fiber, because while you want to eat more low calorie dense foods, because when you eat foods that are less dense in calories, you're going to be able to eat more of it. You're going to be able to have more voluminous meals, more voluminous portions, to where, let's say you were trying to eat 200 calories of, I don't know, apples or celery or whatever it might be, or tomatoes. Say you were trying to eat 200 calories of tomatoes, and then you were trying to eat 200 calories of beef jerky. The beef jerky, there's going to be about this much beef jerky that you eat. The tomatoes, you're going to have like a bucket of tomatoes, because that food is such low in calorie density. And so by eating more of those types of foods, and I'm not saying that's all you have to eat, you don't have to eat like a rabbit, but eating more of those foods just having more of those throughout the day, in addition to the other foods that are a little higher in caloric density, you're just going to be able to eat more actual volume of food by including that low calorie dense food. Those are the foods that are going to fill you up. And also, how I said about fiber, stuff like vegetables is amazing because it also is super high in fiber. And fiber is one of the best nutrients for satiating your body. And satiating just means making you feel full. So by getting more fiber in your body, you're going to make yourself feel not as hungry after you eat it. So tip number 2 is eat more low calorie dense foods and eat more fiber. And tip number 3 is going to be find appetite suppressants. And this one is going to come down to what really works best for you, because I could sit here and I could say that coffee is an appetite suppressant because there's been studies showing that caffeine helps to suppress your appetite. I could sit here and say sparkling water is a great appetite suppressant because personally, if I drink sparkling water, I don't really like it that much, but if I drink it, it makes my stomach feel full. It just does that to me. You could also say there's supplements out there. Like my favorite fat burner is Burn. If you want a new fat burner, I'll put the plug right below this video. It'll be the second link in the description right below the quiz. That will help you. There's supplements out there that help suppress your appetite through specific ingredients used in the formulation. And so I could sit here and go through a number of different things that are going to help suppress your appetite, but it's really going to come down to what helps you suppress your appetite the most, because I think my go-to for suppressing my appetite, I'm typically in like a lean bulk. I'm typically trying to eat just barely in a caloric surplus, so therefore I'm not really trying to deal with hunger too much. I don't deal with hunger too much, but when I do, and I know it's not time to eat yet, or let's say I just ate and I'm going to the gym in an hour, I don't want to eat again, but I'm a little hungry, what I'll do is I'll just I always have a shaker bottle with me, always. What I'll do is I'll fill that up and I'll drink the whole thing, because just getting a lot of water in my stomach makes me feel less hungry. Because another thing is, when you're hungry, like 60% of the time, it's simply due to dehydration. You're dehydrated and you don't know it, so you feel hungry. But if you just drank a lot of water, you would fill your stomach up, hydrate your body, and you wouldn't feel hungry anymore. So the next time you get hungry, rather than eating, drink down a bunch of water. If that doesn't do it for you, try to find some kind of other appetite suppressant, because it's going to make your diet last a lot longer when you're simply not hungry. If you want a fat burner that really works to blunt your appetite for a while, like I said, it's in the link in the description below. Other than that, if you want to drink coffee, I'm a huge coffee drinker. I drink espresso in the morning. I drink espresso in the late afternoon, evening, and it helps me with mental clarity and everything, but also with suppressing my appetite so that I'm not focused on just eating or snacking throughout the day, because I also like to snack on foods that aren't healthy, but I'm trying to keep this a lean bulk, so I'm not trying to snack on those. So that's going to be the third and final tip. If you're trying to cut down on the foods that you're eating, make sure that you're also focusing on getting rid of your appetite as much as possible. So those 3 tips, hopefully they help you. I could go on and on with more and more tips. I just wanted to hit 3 major ones that I definitely think would make a big difference in your day-to-day life if you just simply started implementing them tomorrow or today. If you have any other questions or your recommendations for what you do to suppress your appetite or what you do to help you not overeat. Comment them down in the comment section. I love hearing about other people's methods to do certain things, whether that's training or dieting or supplementation, whatever it might be. So let me know down in the comment section. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I invite you to join the V-Shred fam here on YouTube. We're going to be hitting 1 million here soon-ish. And I'm really excited for it. I'm going to be doing a big giveaway, so subscribe, join the notification team by signing up for notifications when I release new videos, and I'll keep content coming as always. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.